Hi everyone, welcome to this third video in the argument analysis series in which we are focusing on the visuals and structural elements in your stimulus text. Now, if you haven't watched videos 1 and 2, go back and watch them now and come back to this when you are ready. So what are the visuals and what are you supposed to do with them? Well, before we begin, really crucial, do not forget the visuals. Oftentimes I tell students to write a little note to themselves as soon as they say you may begin writing. Don't forget the visuals because they account for a portion of your marks. So it will have an effect on your overall grade if you have this stunning essay in which you forget to analyze the visuals. So the first thing to look for when you are looking at your visual or image is try and identify the form. Is it a photograph? Is it a cartoon? Is it an artist rendering? And oftentimes this will be mentioned in the background information. Next, you want to think about where are the visuals placed. And you should be looking to analyze them in the order that they are in. For example, if your text has a header at the very top, it's logical that you would start there in your essay and that your first paragraph would be addressing that visual. Similarly, if the visual is right at the end, it would make sense to mention that at the end of your essay. And really thinking, much like we looked at the strategic sequencing of argument, think about the strategic placement of your visuals. What arguments are they supporting or linking to? Why are they positioned there? What language do they combine with to position the reader in a certain way? Then, really crucially, is you need to be analysing specific features within the visual. If you try and analyse it holistically, you're not going to get very good marks because you kind of lend yourself towards describing the image rather than unpacking key features. Look for features that support an argument or work together with language. And that's often what you'll see in some of the assessment criteria at the high level, is it talks about language and visuals working together to position an audience. Students will often ask me, what about if the visual has text in it? Well, yes, analyze it. Of course, analyze it. But I would encourage you to also consider things like the font, the size of the text, the use of capital letters, italics, things that are to do with formatting, that it isn't just the words or the language within the image. Now, what the assessors are looking for when they are marking your piece is your analysis of written language and visual language features that are used to persuade. So you need to be showing an understanding of those features. When you are actually analysing the visuals, you need to be looking at the specific visual features and how it supports language. And for that reason, I would steer clear of analysing a visual in its own paragraph. Always try to combine it with language in a paragraph holistically. So what are the kinds of things that you could look out for? In the 2024 exam, we had the gym and the lollies piece. And here are the two images that were in there. We had a computer-generated cartoon and we had a photograph. And you can see here I've tried to highlight some of the visual features that I would have been writing about in my essay. You have a heart and a chocolate bar walking hand in hand, smiling. In fact, the heart holds out the peace sign. We have focusing on the good, and the good is very large in comparison to the rest of the text. And over here in the photograph, you have a young woman who is very flexible, which kind of links to that final argument they had about gym members needing to be flexible in order to keep the gym open. We also have her being quite happy and holding a lolly, this idea that being healthy also allows for balance and enjoying lollies. In 2023, we had a photograph here and a computer-generated cartoon with caption. And again, I've just highlighted some of the features that you could write about and link to language. In 2022, this was actually a header at the very top of the piece, and I would be really thinking about the fact that this focuses in on community with a backdrop of a beautiful, luscious nature preserve. This idea that nature and community can go hand in hand and that community get to enjoy nature, and particularly focusing on the different kinds of people within the community who get to enjoy this. Similarly, we then have a photo of a water bird trudging through a very shallow pond. This was on the second page. We have them picking up rubbish here. We have a bird clearly in focus. They are trudging through a very, very shallow pond here. So again, just a couple of features to look at. What about structural features? So I referred to these briefly in the previous video, but what I would consider here is show your marker an understanding of form. It is very unlikely that you will get given just an opinion piece in an exam. You might get things like a podcast transcript, an open letter, a newsletter article, an advertorial, and each of these is going to have different textual features. Look for things like headlines and headings. I am always blown away by the number of students who, in a high pressure situation, forget to analyse the headline of an article. Dot pointed lists, greetings or addresses. You might have some signposts. And over the years, each of the examiner's reports touches on how you might go about analysing these features. Now, if you're looking for some resources, as always, I will pop the link in the show notes below, and I will see you next time for how to create a very brief plan for your final essay. Thanks, everyone.